Yo, what is up? This is RizzyPOW, and I am the head coach of the Phoenix Sun Floras. This is a video that I'm making as preparation for the MPL Pokeball, which is tomorrow. I've previously never made one of these videos before, and I know it's kind of weird that I am making one of these before, and I know not many people of the MPL actually do so. But I feel like it's actually really cool as bring in hype for tomorrow's game, as well as so you guys know exactly what I am bringing. Now, obviously, I'm not making this because I think I'm like an amazing team builder or anything. My team, to be honest, is mostly stalled, if I'm being completely honest. I don't really like my current team. I didn't draft it, remember? The previous coach of my team had drafted it, which was Brett, and I am just taking over. And I've started week 8, and somehow I've made it myself to the Pokeballs. Tomorrow, I'm going to be facing the Dallas Staravias, and the head coach of that is Trip. And Trip is a very, very scary opponent. He has 6-0'd his previous opponents in the playoffs, and I am trying not to suffer the same fate as him. Right now I'm recording this the previous night, which I'm going to be battling Trip tomorrow right after school. I'm going to gen in my Mons, and then I'm going to battle Trip. And I'm absolutely terrified. And obviously you see my team right over here, and we're going to get to that in a second. But before that, Trip is a really scary opponent. As I said, he's 6-0'd his previous opponents. Right now his record is 15 wins, and he's only had 3 losses in his entire MPL experience so far, which is kind of crazy. We are 8-8, actually we're 10-8, including playoffs. And Trip is an opponent which prepares a lot for his battles. I know that. I've been in call with him a lot of time when he's building, and he finishes his teams a long time before the actual battle. He knows exactly what he's bringing. He's a really good team builder in my opinion, and at least when it comes to the MPL, he's a really good team builder. So we're gonna get into the team that I'm gonna be bringing against him right now, and it is this team right over here. All right, so let's get into it. I am bringing Mega Slowbro as my first Pokemon right over here, and as you can see, my team seems to be a bit stally, and I know that is true. That's one of my only ways of going against Trip. I do have a couple of offensive threats, which is actually Blaziken. You'll see his Zapdos in a bit. It's bulky. It also has a lot of special attack evasion, so we'll talk about him later. But I do have this Mega Slowbro right here. But before that, sorry, I want to tell you guys Trip's team right here. Let me get it up. So, the possible Pokemon Trip could bring is Entei, Mega Aerodactyl, Breloom, Gardevoir, Thundurus T, Manaphy, Snorlax, Amistar, and his Skarmory. So, I built this team, and this is definitely one of my win conditions. This thing can destroy his team. I know it kind of gets messed up by Thundurus T. And Thundurus T is actually a huge threat to my entire team, and it's just a huge threat, to be honest. He can two-shot pretty much everything on my team. There's some tricks that I have that I've been trying to do to hopefully make him not be able to two-shot it. But it's still a huge threat, and I could easily lose to it. Another Pokemon that's really scary is a Specs Gardevoir, which can also two-shot everything on my team. I think it's a roll with Specs Psyshock to 2-hit KO my Chansey, and for some reason my computer is lagging, and I don't like that. Why are you lagging? Okay, there we go. But yeah, those are some scary Pokemon. Amistar can also be a huge threat if he does want to bring like a Specs Amistar, like with Swiftstone or something, but he's never brought that before, so I don't really expect him to try that. Another huge threat is Manaphy. Manaphy, if it starts setting up a Tail Glow, can really mess me up, and there's a couple of Chansey sets that he's brought in, and that's why I brought in this kind of a weird team. We see Seismitoad, which I've never brought in before, and I actually forgot to nickname my Pokemon, so as I go through, I will be nicknaming them. I brought Alzheimer's this week. Ip's dad, I know I brought him last week. He really fucked up. So Alzheimer's is back. God damn it, Ip's dad. I freaking hate Ip's dad so much. Like, why will Ip's dad is just bad. We're bringing Alzheimer's now, but As I was saying, Manaphy really messes this team up. If it sets up a tail glow, it can really mess me up. So Chansey obviously walls him, and we're gonna change his nickname right here. Chansey obviously walls the thing right here, but at the same time it's set up fodder. And if I Toxic it might have Rain Dance and Rest. So there's a couple of sets that I'm anticipating him to bring this week. The 2 sets I am anticipating him to bring is Rest, Rain Dance, Scald, and then a setup move being either Tail Glow or Calm Mind. And I really think he would bring Calm Mind up against me. I'm not too sure though. And if he brings that set, it actually gets walled by Seismitoad right here. And I'm going to nickname it right here, which is going to be Tithead. And it does get walled by Seismitoad because Seismitoad has Water Absorb. And I've never brought Seismitoad before either, so I don't really think he's going to expect it. We had those Pokemon right there. Now the other set I'm expecting him to bring, so we can do more damage to maybe Alzheimer's if it wants to set up Calm Minds. Although I've never really utilized Calm Mind previously in my game, so I might not expect it either. I have brought, the other set he might bring is Rain Dance. In case he like gets toxic or something, he can Rain Dance and get rid of it with a hydration. It's kind of like a refresh to him, and it also gives him a boost for his Scald or Surf, whether one he wants to run. It also, the other move is Energy Ball, Rain Dance, and a setup move being Calm Mind or Tail Glow. So if he runs Energy Ball, obviously Tithead is not going to do well. It's going to get one shot. But the thing is, if he runs Energy Ball, he does not have Rest. That means Sunnyside can actually deal with the Manaphy. So that's why I brought both of them this week. Now, Alzheimer's right here is a Calm Mind set, and this is definitely really messes up Trip's team. I brought Psyshock. I was really close to going with a Rest, Sleep Talk, Slack Off, Scald set at Crocoon, and I was so close to doing that, but I ended up deciding against it because that could end up being really bad up against stuff like Manaphy, because if he wants to start setting up Tail Glows up against me while I'm sleeping, it could end up being really bad, and I'd have to really get rid of Manaphy before I even try to do stuff, which I do have stuff for Manaphy on this team. We're going to talk about that later, but that is why I brought Psyshock. It also hurts, Breloom a little harder, and what is the other Pokemon that hurts a little harder? I'm looking at his team. I think that's it, to be honest, but we're gonna now go with Sunnyside. It also actually hurts Snorlax a little bit harder. I can choose whether to go for Scald or Psyshock, depending on how many curses he has set up. Now, Sunnyside's mother Pokemon you see is Musa right here. I was really thinking about going for Wish or Heal Bell. That's my option right here. I don't know which one I'm going for. I might even change it before the actual battle, but this is a set I am running, and I'm running a more usual spread, bold, max defense, max but depth with 4 HP to utilize this defensive. It does not really need much HP. As you can see, if I put this thing to level 50, usually they are at level 50, I forgot, because this spread doesn't really need much. For example, if you see this right here, I only gain like 20 points if I go max HP, whereas if I go max defense right here, I go from being 1-shotted to maybe 2-shotted or something, because that base 5 defense, oh my god. But we're going to now look at Fortress, and I'm going to nickname him Walnut. Now, this is a set I am running. I'm running Spikes, Gyro Ball, Rapid Spin, and Earthquake. Now, the reason I'm running this is Spikes do hurt his team. He only has one way to get rid of hazards, and that is defogging with his Skarmory. Now, I also have Gyro Ball. Gyro Ball can hurt stuff like Gardevoir. It can hurt a lot of stuff on his team. Rapid Spin, to get rid of rocks, and Earthquake. Earthquake is actually pretty interesting. I'm really considering running Toxic Spikes instead, and I actually might do so. I'm not too sure. I might change that. That might be one of the things I want to change, but I'm gonna keep Earthquake. I'm keeping Earthquake most likely, in case I feel like one of his main switches to be this thing will be his Entei, and I can hit it with a hard Earthquake, especially if rocks are up or even a layer of spikes. He's going to be taking a ton of damage, unless he has Rest, which he's actually brought in the past. He's actually brought Rest with the Toxic up against Lax, and yeah, so this can destroy his team, to be honest. Another thing is this also allows this also allows Skarmory not to be able to roost up on me. If it tries roosting up on me, I will Earthquake it and then he won't be able to roost up. That's simple. That's it. He won't be able to roost up. He'll probably be taking more than 50%, depending on his spread, and that's pretty much the reason. Now, I'm going to now look at Zapdos Kaminari. Let's get it going. Kaminari, now as you see, you do see a lot of special attack investment, you see a lot of speed investment, and you see max HP. Now, obviously, it is decently bulky because of that max HP. And I'm going with Roost, Thunderbolt, and Roar, and I'm not too sure about my last move slot. I have Heat Wave right here, but I'm not sure about it. I have Roar because Snorlax can really fuck me up. Can really mess me up. And Trip, obviously, he likes to actually run Return on his Snorlax, which is actually kind of scary. Sometimes he also do run Body Slam, but so Return is going to be doing a lot of damage to everything on my team at +1 or +2. And to be honest, I'm not sure the spread is going to be amazing. I have the spread also for his Manaphy, but Roar is there obviously for his Snorlax. I have a bold nature so I can take those returns or body slams better. And I have 140 in his special attack because this lets me deal with a Calm Mind Manaphy very well. Even after +1, I will be able to two-shot him. I'll be able to do a ton of damage to him. And assuming, as long as he doesn't have Rain Up already, that won't be too much of an issue. Obviously, he can get rid of me, but I'll be able to do a ton of damage to him before going down. And the thing is that if he already has not set up, I can deal with him. So that is why I have 140 investment into my special attack. I have 116 speed to be able to outspeed that jolly Breloom on his team. And my last move slot is Heat Wave right here. I don't know about it. I don't know. I'm really considering either Heat Wave or even Toxic. Another move that I'm really thinking about bringing is Air Cutter. And Air Cutter would be for the Breloom, but I think I'm going to go with Heat Wave because Heat Wave is a nice middle ground play. The reason I would like to go with Air Cutter obviously is for his Breloom. But then again, I could go with Toxic and I can also deal with Breloom as well as the Thunderous T. Because Air Cutter is not going to hit Thunderous T at all, and it's one of the biggest threats in my team. And this is one of the only Pokemon that can at least take one hit from it. So I want to be able to at least hit that Thunderous T with this Pokemon. So I have Heat Wave. I know Heat Wave is not going to be hitting Thunderous T that very hard. I expect if he brings Thunderous T, he's going to be bringing a Life Orb set, and I can at least wear him down maybe with Rocks. And Heat Wave, even though it's not going to take him down, it's going to do quite a bit of damage. So that's the reason why I brought Heat Wave, or I'm bringing Heat Wave. Air Cutter is not going to do that much, and Toxic does deal with both of his Breloom and Thunderous T. But at the same time, if he brings a Toxic Heal Breloom, I am screwed. So that is why. So my last Pokemon is going to be my Blaziken. Sorry if you guys heard that right there. And Blaziken, we're going to nickname you Drumstick because that is my name for you. This is a Blaziken, remember guys. And this thing two-shots everything on my opponent's team. It two-shots everything, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, it just destroys his entire team. I'm really expecting he might want to bring Chople Berry on his Snorlax, which he has done in the past for this thing. But I only need 2 moves pretty much. I only need Flare Blitz and High Jump Kick to two-shot everything on his team. These other 2 moves are essentially filler moves, if I'm being honest. Fire Punch is just there in case I want to, I can clean up the rest of his team without taking any recoil damage. Vacuum Wave is there. I don't know. There's one thing about this set. It does not outspeed Mega Aerodactyl. It outspeeds Adamant Mega Aerodactyl, but not Jolly. So if I'm ever put in a situation, maybe I need Vacuum Wave, but I really don't expect it, and that's why I don't even want to cut my Spadef for defense at the cost of raising my Vacuum Waves thing, because Blaziken has some natural bulk, and I don't want to sacrifice that just for Vacuum Wave, because I don't think it's going to come in use at all. And do you guys see that in the corner of my screen? No, you don't. Good. There's something going on. But my last Pokemon, as you guys already saw, is going to be Tithead, the Seismitoad. And I've never brought this Pokemon before. It's a really weird EV spread. And I have 60 speed, even though with a sassy nature, to be honest. I might want to change it and use these EVs elsewhere. It's outspeed Skarmory. And now thinking about it, I might want to change that. I might want to change that because I might get into a situation where I'm going first and he's going to be able to defog the damage off. Because if I go last up against him, I get to go for Stealth Rocks last, which is good. If we get in that war where, you know what I mean? It's kind of complicated. it's hard to explain is what I'm trying to say, but right here, this is my set I'm bringing. I'm bringing Scald, Poison Jab, and Rock Tomb. This is one of the things that can switch in on Thunderous T, although a Focus Blast will do a lot of damage to me. It's going to do about 48% to me, actually, with a Life Orb. So Rock Tomb is there because I can hit the Thunderous with it, do quite a bit of damage with it, and I don't know if I'll be able to two-shot it, but after one, unless he is Scarfed, I will be able to outspeed his, I will be able to outspeed him. I'll be able to outspeed the Thunderous T, and I'll be able to get another Rock Tomb off, which is pretty crazy. And yeah, that's why I brought it. I can also get Rock Slip if I ever need to, if he wants to switch out. So that is my reasoning for bringing this. I got Scald right there just to hit anything hard with it. Poison Jab for the Gardevoir if I ever need to do that. I could also go with Sludge Bomb, but at the same time, Sludge Bomb's not going to be hitting nearly as hard as Poison Jab, because I'm expecting him, maybe if he doesn't bring a Specs Gardevoir, he might bring a defensive one with like a lot of special defense investment. He also has brought fully defensive Gardevoir in the past too, so who knows, but still Poison Jab I feel is my better option against that Gardevoir. So that is why I brought this thing. It is Water Absorb to deal with Manaphy, and I might have to scout which Manaphy set out of those two that I mentioned earlier he is bringing. I think that is it, guys. I hope you guys are rooting for the Phoenix and Floras. I really do. I'm really scared, guys. I'm really scared, and I hope you guys can root for me in the Pokeball. Hopefully we can take home the victory. I actually might change his 60 speed, just looking at it now, but who cares about that? I will tell you guys tomorrow if I did change anything. And yeah, leave hashtag Phoenix and Floras everywhere you go. And I am out. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.